Anybody want an opponent fails?
I have 2, so...
If you're going to throw it away, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's funny how the party is like super ready for combat. It's like, is any combat going on? No.
Yeah, you got kidnapped by police. No combat.
Yeah.
I'm sure some will eschew later.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Always does.
I like that encounter where they just take you off for a surprise birthday party.
Right. So...
Yeah, that was a good thing that you were by yourself.
Oh, yeah. I see Alex putting his fist through the engine. Hulk smash.
That would have gone differently.
You ain't taking him anywhere, big pigs.
And that's when the fucking Stones 15, 16-year-old on PCP trashed my police car. What?
Scott, did you want more opponent fails, a full retrieve, a limited retrieve, a reroll? Oh, I know one that you need.
What are you keeping?
Well, Australian resistance, where you can't be poisoned. Do you think that they'll try to poison you and it would have effect on your already dead body?
Probably not.
Probably just shooting.
Is that a talisman?
Yes. Does that work differently?
No, well, it's kind of always. But, yeah, I wouldn't... Personally, I probably wouldn't worry too much about that card. It's... Poison in this game is normally actually not that effective, so anyway, even if you do get poisoned.
Okay. Well, I'm looking at you to heal me then.
Yeah.
You do have a party end spell.
Okay. Yeah, I guess another opponent fails gets dropped then. Since I still have one, Matt has 2, and Glenn has 1.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back down.
Cool.
Rocking. So, what do you guys want to do now?
So how long do we have until the trial?
Tomorrow at noon.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So, 24 hours.
Do we want to go to the computer guy's place?
I think we need to do that. We need to do some research, but research is going to take a long time. That's a problem.
We're going to split up.
Can probably get a computer monitor at the pawn shop.
Why do you want to visit them?
Oh, they probably have swords too. This is true.
You guys sit around your hotel room, watching the dog sleep, waiting for something to happen.
Wait, are you going to disguise me? Or are we just going?
Well, it's going to take more time if you want to do that. It's up to you.
Another hour to have Dana run out, buy some. Well, actually, Dana and Kinley run out because Kinley knows what they need. It's not just like buy the big kit. They don't do it like that. It's like everything's all divided up and stuff. You remember like how many different makeups like Derek has and shit like that. It's like don't buy this makeup. This one sucks ass. Buy this one. And the differences are only things that people who use them a lot know and shit. So essentially it'd be another hour out of your not all that busy currently day, and it'd be around 10:30 by the time you get back and get him disguised, because getting him disguised won't take much time. Getting the disguise stuff and coming back, especially since you have no car, a little bit more. If you knew how to use your fucking skateboard, that would be quicker. But are you still carrying that around, by the way?
No.
All right, you drop it off in your room. Fuck that. Let the cleaner deal with it.
I'm going to give Dana the money, and while they're gone, I'm going to be looking up addresses in the phone book.
Got it. How much money do you want to give her, just in case they go over budget?
It was 100 for the good, but then we already had some of it.
No, you've used up all of your other shit. Except for, of course, the clown nose, the multi-colored clown wig, which I guess you could slap on him and change his appearance somewhat. Oh, yeah. By the way, when I ran this module a couple times before, people were like, where's Kinley when you need him to disguise him and shit?
I give her $700.
That should be enough for whatever the fuck Kinley comes up with.
You shouldn't need to use all of that.
Okay, Dad.
I expect change.
Right. As you guys are going there, Scott, give me a luck roll as they are going somewhere. It's Scott that needs to give me a luck roll.
And more cops turn up.
Got it. No problem. You guys are getting ready to go in, and somebody's putting a banner out on the store across the street. It's a liquor store, and it's like, sale, everything on sale. And it just shows them unfurling this big banner across the front, and like, da-da-da-da-da. And Kinley's looking at the alcohol store and smiling.
Do I need to re-roll this?
Everything is 10 to 15% off. You want to drag Dana across the street?
Yeah.
All right, no problem. They need to see your ID, Dana, because you look like you may or may not be able to buy alcohol. You're barely able to, or wait, 21. Yeah, you are able to just barely get alcohol. You buy how much alcohol, Kinley? Days worth, 2 days worth, a month?
Yeah, sounds right.
All right. And then you get disguise kit. You have $82 left over, Dana, and Kinley is carrying a remarkable amount of alcohol. It's like a pack mule. They just loaded him up. So it's
no way. I'm in charge of the money. We're not spending like $700 in booze.
Are you sure?
Alex doesn't understand money. So I don't have that much. I'm at the counter. I'm like, we have enough for 2 bottles. That's all we've got.
You knew the risks when you travel with me. I never take anything. I just ask for alcohol in return. So this is my share of the $2,000. Okay?
We didn't have $2,000.
Yeah, $2,000. That's how much those guys back at the house had. I took $1,000 off each of them and threw it on the floor. So my alcohol.
Since you know money so well now.
Oh, I'm very observant. I just don't care to carry around money. But I want my alcohol. If you got a problem with it, take it up with Glenn. This is how I function. You want me 100% and need these bottles. Make it so.
So, as I was saying, don't worry, Glenn's got plenty of more money.
Yeah.
You got $82 left. Very persuasive, Alex Kinley. Kind of makes sense. You just need to get your share off Glenn, but that's what happens when he fumbles his luck roll.
Fight for my alcohol.
It's like
right. Shows like a young Republican just chugging it. Go ahead and down 3 bottles and give me an alcohol tolerance roll there, Kinley.
Could have got him the cheap stuff.
You can go shopping next time, Dad.
Yeah. He drinks them like a fish. There's not even an effect. You're like, why do you drink if you don't get drunk? Why? It makes no goddamn sense to you.
You get a nice little buzz off of it. It keeps you warm.
Barely. You are to the point where you're inhumanly good at this. If it gets up to where your strength is, then we're going to have to get into like cocaine or something like that just to get mild buzz going.
Yeah, it might have to go that way at the moment. Or just up the alcohol stuff. Go back to
you're drinking as much as you can. I mean, if you can get an IV and stuff, but you have heard about like alcohol enemas and shit, and you've been keen to try that out, but getting other party members to shove a bunch of vodka-soaked tampons up your butt, hard to do. Except for, of course, Freddie. Freddie might shove it up,
He loves shoving stuff up people's ass.
He does. So, Sheila's like, he needs more girls to play in this campaign. There's no other way to drag him back from the edge. So, right, as you guys are watching Kinley trying to get to lightly buzzed, it just shows him drink, toss, drink, Toss. Drink.
There you go. I'll make Glenn look as different as possible.
All right. After getting loaded up on alcohol, he grabs some stuff and goes, all right. You're like, oh, God. It's great that everybody perceives Kinley is too young to buy his own alcohol now.
I hate this body.
Give me a new disguise. What do you want to make him look like? Just a different dude or
Well,
anything in particular?
Anything in particular you want?
Just different dude.
Another dude.
All right, sure. That's not a problem. Go ahead and give me a disguise. Oh, yeah. Okay, you did. Great. Different dude. Any kind of theme like yuppie or businessman or carnival barker or anything?
Right. I'm kind of
sounds good.
I kind of make him look somewhat like me, yeah.
So, young Republican?
Yeah.
Do you want him to look like a 16-year-old or?
No. He'd be older. Make him look maybe like he could be my dad.
Got it.
So
all right.
me and him. And then...
No problem. Yeah, he's now cloning himself and making a family thing out of this. It's just fucking frightening.
Unfortunately, Sheila will have to be the adopted one, of course.
The dog looks at you guys. Puts its head back down.
You're not the ones I came in with.
What are you guys going to do now? It's about 10:30, getting closer to 11.
We need to go and do stuff.
Figure out this computer thing.
Yeah, and to do some research stuff. Maybe at the same time. Well, I won't be doing research on the demon box, so.
You could find some newspapers.
How about if we get a computer guy to meet us at the library? So we can do research while he does libraries, computer stuff.
Do you want to have one of them call on the the small demon box to see if they can set that up?
I'll leave that for. I'll leave the demon's box to these two.
They look at you blankly for a while.
The library.
Huh?
I don't know if we want to be doing it in the library.
Find a secluded part of the library. I don't know. I'm just trying to find a way of maximizing the small
maybe
amount of time we have left. We really don't have a lot of time, so it's up to you.
Yeah.
If it makes you feel better, I can always kill and sacrifice the guy who does the computers after he's done it, so he doesn't know what was on there.
No.
Let's just take our computers to the computer guy with all of his workshops and extra monitor and etc.
Cut to the computer guy. Right. He says, okay, so why can't you get into this computer?
I don't know how these things work.
Did you forget your password?
Password?
Okay.
We're paying you for skills, not snark.
Wow.
He says, all right. And he says, I see. He does some figuring. He says, so you want me to get you in here onto any programs in particular?
I need to go through
the
files.
Yes.
Need information off of it.
Okay, great. I'm going to charge you.
I've got all my notes on there.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to need $82, please.
I give him the rest of my
It's
$50 that I have.
Bargain.
How does he know that?
He goes, Glenn goes, $40.
Aha.
He settles for $60, and yeah.
Done.
All right, great. So he attempts his computer use roll. This is what he does as a living. Looks like you really fucked this up pretty good here. I'm going to have to hook up other computers to it and stuff. Let's take a look at this tower thing. He attempts that. Wow, this isn't even turning on at all. Hey, let me hook up more computers to these. He tries again using his more computers on the first computer, and he says, there we go. No problem. It seems to be password protected. Do you know what your password is?
Try, baby.
There we go. Yeah, and take a card, Matt. And
Nice.
all right. So let's see here. And okay. All right.
Mr. Hero. Thanks, baby.
Yeah, this guy really liked his dog. It's either that or start going in like women over 60 and shit like that, which would have been much worse passwords. So
that's what I was going to go into next.
Ooh. Scary. Okay. And right, you don't have any files on here, Grandpa. You do have an email. Would you like me to get into your email for you?
Yes.
Okay. There we go. Right. He shows you your email and shows you how to move around in it.
Looking at the tablet or the Mac? Or, sorry, the tower or the Mac?
This is the Mac. And here's the only interesting email.
Huh. Richard, the coin I stole from Riker, I left with baby. Keep it safe and we can be together after I get the proof I need.
And that came from this email address. Yes, AOL.com. It's in the past. It's in the past. And as far as the tower goes, he hooks up a bunch of our computers to it, and it goes. All right. Yeah. Here's your problem. It's missing a lot of the internal stuff needed to make a computer work. There's what we call boards and stuff that go in the computer. They're not in this one, though.
Right.
There's something called the motherboard. It's not what you think, but it's also not here. So this computer, and plus there's dust and stuff on the inside, which isn't good for it, but it doesn't look like it's been in here for quite a while. See that we got the spider web here? That didn't come with the computer.
I like spiders.
Huh.
All right, you can have it. He pushes the computer toward you.
So there's nothing of use on there, though.
A really
on the tower, he takes out the floppy disk and hands it to you. There you go.
What's it say?
The Oregon Trail, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's see what's on that disc.
All right. He digs around in the back, comes up with a computer, looks at it. You have died of dysentery.
All right. Nothing hidden?
No, not that he can find.
Huh.
Okay. Who's Riker?
I don't know. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Are there any other emails from the eBanks address?
He searches around and says, nope.
Huh.
I'm going to be breaking for lunch soon, folks. It's almost noon.
Yeah.
Right.
And paying less only gets you so far, Grandpa. Says the guy who must appear to be at least 4 years younger than what you appear to be.
Thanks.
Right. You guys are lugging the demon boxes out.
Take that shit back to the hotel.
Did you want to have them just throw away the tower? Or do you want to keep the tower?
I look in the box of, we grabbed the other floppy disks, right? Let's look through all of the floppy disks that we grabbed.
Check the other discs.
He looks really annoyed because lunch is coming. And he says, it appears to be Zorg, the game.
What kind of game?
Computer game.
What's it about?
Adventure, he says. He hands you all the discs. Out.
Okay.
I don't know. Zorg, as in the same spelling as Zorg.
Zorg.
Yeah.
What? Is that significant?
There you go.
Yeah. Isn't that the name of the big nasty thing that we... our nasty guy that was trying to take over the Shadow Realm.
Zog?
No R.
One letter off.
Zorg.
Sounds like Zork, actual game.
Close. No. Right.
So keep tower, discard tower.
Discard.
He tells you he'll throw it out for you. No extra charge. You lug out your iMac and your floppy disks. They're so floppy. Where to? Library?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, first to put it in the hotel room. The tower. Not tower.
Tower they told him to throw out.
The computer.
Computer? Yeah, you dump that in your hotel room and hurry over to the library, which fortunately, since you're in the middle of town and it's a small town, shit isn't too terribly far apart. You get to the library. This is the year 2000. This is like occasionally a homeless person would come in. The libraries during this time period didn't normally smell like pee from old people and pee from children, because that's all that comes in the libraries after the year 2000 is people with a fuck ton of kids and homeless people. That's their demographic now. So this is in the time just before the internet completely crushed the fuck out of the library life. So you guys go in, there's actually people wanting to check out books and stuff. It's weird too. Well, none of you, because one of you was dropping Jungle One in the 1920s and the other one, God knows where the fuck he came from. But you guys are all some of the people comfortable with print. Look, card catalog.
Yay!
Research.
Sure. Okay, you guys probably get about one topic each before the library closes, unless it's a super easy one, like what day is it? So everybody pick a topic, or if you want to pick the same topics or what have you.
Right, well, let's quickly discuss this before we just jump in. I think what are the important things we need to probably look about is...
and you have to leave your dog outside.
Okay.
Or did you want to leave him at the hotel room?
No, baby's staying with us.
So we've got so we've got Bishop. I think it's worthy of a search. We've got Riker, who's worthy of a search. We've got E-Banks, who possibly is worthy of a search. We've got Glenn, who I think, or Glenn's character.
Yeah.
I think is worthy of a search.
John. Probably need some in-depth research on the car bombing.
I'm hoping that comes up it's connected with one of those two. So it'll be part of that information. But that's 4, and there's 3 of us. And I'm not very good at research, so let's try and prioritize stuff.
Looking at the security of the library, assuming you can get in without alerting anybody, you can research into the night if you really wanted to. If you want to break into the library.
Well, I think one of you. Well, I think we leave Riker because hopefully, if we can find E Banks, she'll be able to tell us who Riker is. So we leave Riker and we attempt to find out who E Banks is, attempt to find out who Bishop is, and we attempt to find out more about Richard Gunn.
I don't think we have a way. I don't think we would be able to get info on E Banks with what we have.
It would be pretty slick if she was a journalist.
That we're able to do.
Well, I was just saying, it depends how prominent she is. If she's of anyone of note, we probably can find out. If she's just a regular person, then maybe not. But we haven't found anything else out regards to her.
Yeah.
What was it that you were because we're in a library. What was it that you were supposed to have witnessed?
Car bombing.
Was there a date?
No.
Car bombing might be a really easier to find out than the other topics because keep in mind you're going through newspapers and they
was it in town?
Yeah, but like I said, it's got to be a high profile case if all these cops know about it. So finding one should lead to any of the others. So if Bishop is implicated in this, which he obviously is, he's going to be all over the fucking papers. If Glenn's a eyewitness, he's going to be all over the papers.
Yeah. So let's look up car bombing first.
I don't know what you want. Do we?
Car bombing is easy. What's the next topic then?
So I don't know if car bombing's going to. All right, how about do car bombing? Let's do E Banks and then Rikers then, I guess, because I don't know if it's worth searching for, unless you want to search for Bishop separately. Try and find out more about him. Let's do car bombing, Bishop, and E Banks. Just see if we can find out.
Who's doing E Banks? Let's start with that.
I will. I don't know what you guys have in. I will do E Banks because I'm.
All right, no problem. Go ahead and give me your research roll. So the other topics were car bombing and Bishop. Got it. So E Banks first. Fortunately, all this shit seems pretty tied together. So even if one person fails, right?
Woohoo.
E Banks stands for Elza Banks. You found that out because she was blown up in a car bombing.
Shit.
Supposedly by somebody named Riker Bishop. I'll get back to you with more in a second here.
Okay.
What was Glenn researching? See how while this all fucking melds together. Glenn, what were you researching? Car bombing or Riker Bishop?
I'm going to research the car bombing.
All right, go ahead and give me a research roll.
That half.
Excellent. Same thing, more in a second. Dana, it turns out that you have the important one because all the other shit's going to be covered under there. So, and they both made their shit at half or quarter because Kinley.
No, can't find Bishop.
All right, well, no problem. Let me get into the car bombing shit. Apparently, according to the various gossip tabloids and newspapers and what you guys are able to piece together off of this, I don't have like separate newspaper articles to make you guys do this elaborate piecing together, so I'll just give it to you after you look at a bunch of shit. This Elza Banks was dating a guy named Riker Bishop, who seems to be an interesting guy that you're confident Dana Zool will bring you more information about soon.
Yes, I hope. I'm trying to reroll.
Oh, are you? You got a reroll?
Yeah, I have a reroll card.
Your life is hard.
Nope.
Wow.
Apparently, he is too well hidden for the likes of you to find ever. Does anybody else want to give her a reroll or anything, or are y'all all good?
Don't have any.
I'm going to pull back my reroll.
Ooh, you got a limited retrieve?
Yes.
All right. You can do it. It's all up to you. You're the special girl.
Yeah.
Hey.
More information in a second. Okay, so this Elza Banks chick, who was pretty much nobody really special and stuff. She was a good-looking dame and all that, blah, blah, blah. She was dating this Riker Bishop guy. Then apparently Riker Bishop had an affair, and this pissed off Elsa. According to information that Dana dug up, this Riker Bishop dude, shady as fuck. Interesting side note, he has 9 fingers because when he was a kid, Riker Bishop, he was kidnapped by some bad guys, right? Oh, sorry, he's missing one of his thumbs. Okay. He was kidnapped as a kid by bad guys, and his father was like, I'm not paying the ransom. They cut off his thumb and sent it to his father. He said, I don't care. I'm not paying the ransom. So this was not a great parent, apparently, even though he was really rich and the ransom was not that much. And eventually they just let the kid go. The bad guys who did this never caught. Apparently, this guy didn't get along great with his father, but good enough that when his father died in some sort of accident, he inherited all the money. So Riker Bishop, he's involved, according to what Dana dug up with, allegedly a lot of very shady shit. Essentially what she digs up is he seems to be the kind of guy who can hire goons, okay? And so Elsa Banks got in trouble, and then let's see what else. Then for some reason, Riker Bishop got angry with her. Apparently, she stole some sort of property, but it doesn't say what.
Yeah.
And then maybe she was also poking around, finding out about his criminal enterprise and stuff like that. And allegedly, he was mad and stuck a bomb into her car. And there's this PI named Richard Gunn, private investigator. And he apparently witnessed her getting blown up by this Riker Bishop in her car. And it doesn't give a lot of details and stuff. They're apparently going to come out during the trial tomorrow, should he somehow miraculously remember his testimony or whatever. And yeah, so that's kind of what happened. There's also a lot of weird news and stuff, like the police are looking for, there was some sort of car chase with gunfire that took place last night, but the cops can't figure out who was involved and shit like that. And they're looking for any witnesses to come forward and stuff like that. So yeah, that kind of shit. Oh, and there's also a article that there was some sort of teenage hellion on PCP that broke into a Chinese restaurant and was waving. He had a knife in one hand and a grenade in the other, and the employees, after bravely fighting him for a while, were eventually overpowered by, he brought a gang of other kids with knives and dogs and chains and stuff, and they were driven off and then called the police. Yeah. Yeah, so any information leading to the questioning of him would be appreciated by the local cops. So...
Good thing don't look anything like him anymore.
Yes. Well, they don't even have a good sketch or anything. They've got somebody who could be literally anybody except for Dana Zool with a very well sketched out knife and hand grenade. It's pretty much their sketch that they were able to get.
Nice.
So, yeah. That's kind of in the topics that you guys chose. Now, let's see. Everybody give me a luck roll at half. If you make a luck roll at half, try a research roll at half for incidental other information that could be of interest to you in a different headline.
No.
Oh, thank God for that. All right, good.
Nope. No, I'm a little bit over at half. So.
Okay. Cool. Everything's fine. So The library will be closing in 5 minutes. Please get your final selections made and report to the front desk with them. Thank you for using the library and not bringing children. I think Gatwin's out. Excuse me a sec. Meow.
Should we come back later or do more research? Or?
I feel like 2, 3, yes, 3 items on my to-do of varying importance. Baby could be a recognizable ID marker on us for Bishop.
Yeah.
So little baby needs to go in a backpack or something.
Okay.
Or I don't know what.
Do you do dog disguises?
Mm.
We've got the clown hat.
Oh my God, the horrible thing you can do to that poor dog.
It's just like tipping over, trying to chew it, but missing forever. So little dog needs, I don't know. It's a very recognizable dog. We need to have it in a backpack or something. In a traveling suitcase. I don't know. Or put it in the kennel.
Yeah.
So also I need to get Eddie's sister's present dropped off at the door. Next is that if the trial is tomorrow, you've already probably done a whatever it's called, the thing where I'm having a total mind blank, where you've given your testimony already, so like the defense can prepare and stuff.
Like the trials must already be ongoing if my testimony is tomorrow.
Yeah, so like all of your evidence you've given is probably recorded somewhere for the attorneys to preview. So there could be like a video of you already giving your testimony.
I should get in touch with the prosecutor.
Things like that. Like it's probably findable. I don't know enough. I could roll for law, but
I think it's also important to ask ourselves what's so important about this coin.
yes,
That's what
Bishop had it.
Trying to figure out.
Is he a Dora?
People have gone to a lot of trouble hiding and concealing this coin.
Yeah.
So
No, we're walking around with the dog. I'm walking around.
I tried looking up coin stuff in the phone book earlier, but never really got an answer.
I've got a funny feeling that it's not the coin itself as such. I think the coin itself was probably hiding something else. Because from what I learned or what I can remember from my history, it wasn't anything particularly. It was a kind of rare coin, but not like, my God, people would kill each other over this. So I'm thinking of something more to it than just the coin itself. Maybe the substance it's made out of, or maybe there's like a small demon box hidden inside it.
Detect pattern or see if it's magic.
Well, that won't tell you if it's magic, but it'll tell you if it's pattern orientated. But you could if you wanted.
By the way, Kinley, if you want to try to disguise the dog, I have found a good disguise for the dog that fits in with his whole eye patch thing. I'm uploading it onto Roll20 right now for your approval.
Pirate dog? Yeah.
Yeah, like that would be a much better than baby. Come on.
How is that for a fucking dog disguise?
That's pretty cool.
It's carrying a treasure chest.
I think we need to, I hate to say it, I think we need to cut back on the disguises, though it's taking up a lot of our time.
Yeah.
I would love to disguise all day long. Disguise everyone. But...
So I should drop this disguise plus 20 that just got pulled?
Unless you want to use it.
No.
If you want to check in disguise.
No.
But, yeah, we literally have Glenn tomorrow needing to testify for basically something he has no recollection of.
Yep.
So,
From something Dana said earlier, everybody give me a law roll.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
see if it's a recorded.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Well, you're not a fancy lawyer type, and you're not really familiar with this dimension, but you're thinking it might be a really good idea to go by the courthouse and fucking check. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, even if it's not the courthouse, I think
or lawyers, whoever your lawyer.
Yeah.
I was going to also say not that I don't think we'll get anything from them because he's connected with them, but I'm sure the police themselves probably did a report when it first happened. It probably would have been either filmed or at least recorded.
Yeah.
Of you giving a fresh testimony as it just happened, which might even be a better source of.
There's one thing that you know for sure, and that you are praying for Jungle Girl, 1920s guy, and Tech is Evil guy, that it's something that's written the fuck down.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Hard copy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I'm not hedging my bets that we're going to get that lucky.
So yeah. Yeah. If you had more library time, you could find out all kinds of interesting stuff, like who's running the case and shit like that. But you've only got 10 minutes left, and that's not really enough time to find out anything.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it shows Alex Kinley walking through a wall dressed as the Kool-Aid Man, going, "Oh yeah!"
Unless we hide the fuck now. In the library.
I guess that's one.
You're gonna get caught.
All it takes is the one to fail it.
Richard is so close buddies with the police officers. Let's go talk to them before everybody starts skeleton crewing for the evening. And same with the lawyers. Like right now, we might still get people on telephones.
Police station's open all night.
Police stations normally don't close unless they're a really small town. Because crime never sleeps. Dun dun dun. Something like
I
that.
don't know, and how there might be visiting sealed police record hours. I don't know.
I think we're doing a thing off the books on that anyway. So
yeah, I was gonna say, unfortunately, I think it's not gonna be as easy as just strolling into the police or the courthouse and being like, "We want this information."
Going to hide.
Well, I think we could hide, get one more research in while we're here, and then
minus 30.
Who's going to give us away?
Okay, so far it's 2 ninjas and
use your ring.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I should use my ring. Yeah.
Then you're only gonna think you're invisible. Yeah. I'm invisible.
I see you guys. I go into the bathroom.
Give me your stealth roll. Lower is better. You want to make it at least as well as these maniacs did, because they're both ninjas.
Play immediately. Discard all talisman cards.
Dun dun dun.
Don't
anybody else have talismans?
No, give me that.
Well, it's all up to Sheila. If she makes this, everybody's golden. If she fails the going for it at half, like everybody else has made, because they do a walk through a library, and there's not a lot of great hiding places in this library. Although there is one, but it'd be too messy and you don't have time to set up. That's basically, you need to find a place to empty out a beanbag really quick and then hide.
Wow.
Oh yeah, she's a fucking ninja. She shows her clutching to a roof as they're like looking in the stalls for anybody. She's up there going,
I'm wearing the ring. They can't find me.
Okay. Yeah. Right. They go out. They press buttons on a keypad and it bloop, bloop, and they go bloop, bloop, bloop. They set demon boxes and shit, and then they go out and lock up the place. And you guys are. Does anybody have flashlights? No, nobody has a fucking flashlight. All right. So you guys are doing things like going over to like the emergency lighting or moonlight through the windows to try to read and shit. Worst adventuring party ever.
There's probably flashlights. I look in the librarian's desks. They probably have.
Give me a luck roll. They may have
Something.
something in there.
Well, there's probably a desk lamp somewhere.
Oh yeah.
No flashlight.
She picks it up. Is this a flashlight? No, it's not a flashlight. Oh, these fucking small librarians. All right. So, yeah, you're using the desk light, which is much more visible, but by God, you can read. So you guys are clustered around a desk light in the middle of the library, hoping that they don't have a night security guard. They don't. This is a small town, small library, and it doesn't
Small
even
people.
smell like hobo pee, right? Small
Oh,
people.
nice.
So you guys get another research roll, and that will take you on till dinner time. Pick your
Right.
topics before you do your rolls.
Raker Bishop.
You've got a lot on him already. I don't know if you'll get any more on him.
No, that you failed.
Right.
No, everybody succeeded.
Yeah, because
Even Dana succeeded, and she was, she learned the ABCs from turning snakes into different shapes and stuff like that.
Yes,
So-
so that is homeschooling that I went through.
Yeah.
so
No idea what kind of background she had.
I want to look up this coin thing.
All right, coin thing. What else? What are topics you guys have? Don't roll yet. Figure out your topics.
I'll go for the case itself, like who's running the case,
Who's leading the case? No problem.
and also can we get in with that, like things like defense lawyers and attorneys?
Yeah,
and
well,
stuff?
the case. Yeah. And Glenn. I mean, you could do one of their topics if you are not.
Yeah. I
One
was
of them
thinking
will.
look up the trial.
Okay, so you're going to help Kinley with the trial. So you guys can either do separate research. Actually, by the odd, separate research is a better idea. So Dana, let's do Dana first. The coin thing. Go ahead and give me your research roll to discover the coin thing.
The coin thing. I think. Let me see if I'm gonna go ahead and put a skill plus 10 on that.
Ooh, she really
And I really want to know about this coin thing. Hey.
Okay, and the trial thing. Each of you two give me your research rolls.
Fumble.
Ooh.
Kinley has started a small fire in the back, and he keeps yelling, "It's Freddie's fault!"
It's true.
He's hiding anything on the trial from you as you're trying to get to it, Scott, and giggling at you. He's carefully pushing down the books between the shelves and stuff like that to hide them from you.
Knock it off.
It's hide and seek.
And the word is deposition that I couldn't think of before.
Well done. Take card there, Dana. All right. They don't find shit on the trial. They are wildly inept. But the coin, don't worry. The coin, you got. Okay. Apparently, that coin, or one that looked exactly like it, was stolen a year ago from a museum in New York. It was being hosted by the American Numismatic Society.
Numismatic.
There you go. While on loan from the Louvre. The coin's value is estimated at $5 million due to various historical shit that's been attached to it. Currently, the Louvre, or the NAS, is offering a $500,000 as a thanks for returning it, no questions asked deal. And
$5 million reward.
that is the reward, $500,000.
So it's actually worth a lot more than that.
It's worth $5 million. Reward, $500,000.
Oh, okay.
And it's been speculated that there's other dark, shady people out there who you guys don't know that have managed to get it, etc. So, in fact, it's even been speculated with your making your library research half that one of those guys could have been Riker Bishop, although, of course, his lawyer is suing the people who said that it might have been him for slander.
Of course.
But yeah, deposition. If you get a hold of his fucking deposition and he was to read that and shit, and all he has to do is not forget it, i.e., memory, and be able to just say what's in there and possibly some fast talks because they'll get cross-examined and everything will be fine. Or you can stand there and go, I don't remember shit. I'm dead anyway. Fuck you people. Let the guy go free. Either way. But unfortunately, they couldn't find out any of the really valuable information on the trial because Kinley hid all the newspapers on it and stuffed them down between the shelves. And then Scott went, hey, they seem to be missing some of the recent newspapers. And Kinley's like, who knows? It's probably Freddie's fault.
Do we have a reroll?
No.
Anybody?
No.
I mean, are you saying that we can't try again with that, or
Yeah,
that just
it's going to take longer. We'll be into like midnight.
Oh yeah, and you'll be at negatives.
Okay, so
Well, except for Sheila, who hasn't rolled yet.
Right.
But I've been busy with the
she was
coin.
doing the other.
No, we're doing this
you're
after.
So yeah,
saying-
I wouldn't be into negatives. But
Right, no negatives. If you guys
but
want
what
to
are
sit
we
there
really-
and make her do all the work, and
So,
you just watch
what
her
are we
process.
really
Like, one of
needing
us
though?
needs to
Just like the lawyers' names and ask to review the deposition
Yeah,
is like we don't really need to computer that.
no, not at all. No computer. In fact, that should be written down somewhere. If you could, do you want to do the research and tell these guys to sit over there and be quiet and stop talking? And no, don't touch him. He's not touching you. Stop it. You got kids. You know what I'm talking about. Yes.
Wouldn't Glenn be able to call up the police station and be like, "Oh, I lost the number for the prosecution"?
Yeah, you're thinking with Glenn's level of fast talk and stuff, he may as well just call up the police station, tell him that he's the Lindbergh baby, and see how that goes over.
I mean, it would be. I mean, we don't even need to. It would be state's attorney. So calling them. I don't know.
Yeah,
It seems like you guys could make phone calls, but I can.
from the
I'm not
library.
going to touch any demon boxes.
Just hero it. Get it.
I mean, you could just have a research. I'll take you up till midnight. Everything will be fine. What could possibly go wrong?
Do you want me to research or?
You're not saying what the penalty is, so
Oh no, she's at no penalty because it's you guys.
It's just time is the.
Yeah, it'll only take you to midnight. I mean, yes, you will miss dinner.
and
And yes, all the fast food places will close by then. And no, you shouldn't have a pizza delivered to the library while you're breaking and entering.
let's all try again then.
You'll probably end up hurting her chances more,
Yeah.
especially Kinley, who went and hid some of the stuff from her. And
Yeah,
from
I'm going to
you.
wait until she rolls first.
Nope.
Wah, wah.
So what minus are we at?
Scott's at half. You're at a quarter because you fumbled.
Hey.
All up to Scott. Scott fumbles. Cool. It is a clean sweep.
Yikes.
Why is the paper shredder on? I don't know, he says.
Dana.
I thought it was a copy machine.
I already tried.
It's your turn to hero.
Oh, my turn to hero.
No, I wouldn't bother.
This seems again like what I don't even know what we're trying to look up. We're just looking up like what's the address for the attorney's
We're just
place.
trying to look up information on the case, so there could be more to it. But what we're really looking for, yeah, is for the. But then again, if we can't find that because we haven't done this research, how do you want to go around finding out who it is? Because I can guarantee if you go to the police station and stuff, you just can get dead ends. But I still don't think it's worth blowing a hero on.
Like,
There should be, if you're clever, there should be other ways to figure it out, aside from spending hero points or aside from going to the police station.
Well, yeah, it would be in the
It
new.
is midnight currently. What would you guys like to do?
We have to do research rolls to find that.
But it's like state prosecutor's office. Like that's what we're looking for. Let's look in the phone book. Like this is very.
Right. She goes
Like
to the phone book. There's the number for the state prosecutor's office.
But now it's midnight.
Yes, it is.
This is a phone call hours before.
Yes.
All right. Let's get out of here because this is gonna be awkward and there's a dog in front of the library. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Shows it upside down and its back with its legs up in the air.
Yeah. Did anybody leave a backpack? Who left
Probably.
earlier?
How do we get out without tripping the alarm?
That's a great question. Take a card, Scott.
Is that electronic lockpicking?
Yes, it is. You're going to be using like paper clips and shit like that to try to bridge the gap because nobody thought to bring any kind of electronic lockpicking
Just get
stuff.
ready to run.
All right, you guys all assume the sprinter's position as Scott sets off the alarm, and you guys go running into the darkness, grab the dog, and,
Come here, baby.
and run off into the darkness. Run away! Run away!
They came to ruin newspapers.
Mm-hmm.
I run good.
Excellent. Anybody else into sprinting?
No shit.
Shows a witness. So who was in there? Bunch of Republicans, man. Fucking hate them people so much. They even brought a dog to shit all over the place, just like Republicans. They're like, So you guys run into the darkness and eventually stop and go back for Kinley, who's just kind of jogging and stuff. And you guys are running around him, trying to hurry him along like little meteors around his sun. And eventually you guys manage to run off. Kinley's like, I'm running slow because I'm in a new suit with new shoes and my feet hurt.
Of course.
Where do you want to go to? There's no Walmart to go and hang out at.
We want to try the police station.
Let's go to the attorneys.
Oh, you gonna break in?
Oh, is it still? Well, we need
It is
to.
still midnight.
Let's feed and water the puppy. So I don't know how to do that. I find a water fountain and I hold it up and it keeps trying to drink over here.
Yep. You got it. You get the dog some water, which is great. There's no food around, and it's 12:30 in the morning. What?
I have a gift for you. I
The
pulled
new
out
car.
the 4 dog treats.
There you go. The dog eats them and seems a little happier. Way to use everything at your advantage. So, you guys want to wander around until the morning, or what?
Well, I've got a hotel room.
Yeah.
You
Hotel.
remember you have a hotel room and go back there and get some sleep. And morning comes.
First, call the state's attorney office, even though it's the middle of the night. You might get some info.
No problem. You get the general switchboard, which gives you the hours. It opens at 8 a.m.
Okay.
Are you casting stuff for in the morning, Kinley?
Yep.
Okay. So,
I'll set the alarm to wake up early.
no problem. You don't even need to. It turns out Kinley wakes up earlier than you, and they sings and dances and goes, "Please, please!" And that's what wakes you up in the morning. Aren't you happy to be here?
Huh.
Yeah.
Please.
Take your
I can
face and
hear
like
my
it.
guy. All right. So you're all wide awake. Unfortunately, it's too early for the breakfast buffet. The dog looks at you reproachfully. Well, he looks about a foot to the left reproachfully. But eventually, you guys go and state's attorney isn't in this small ass town.
Be whatever county we're in.
Mm-hmm. Or the big city,
Well,
which would be Chicago.
Cook County is just Chicago, so we're in a different county because we're not in Chicago.
Logan doesn't know which county you're in. We'll call it Chicago. You guys do some research somehow and find that out. It'll be at the courthouse in Chicago, whatever the fuck that's called. It's some fancy place there. But you got time to get there as it opens at 8 a.m. so you can go and review your deposition if you wish.
Good news is that's probably where the trial is.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, review the deposition.
No problem. You get there, and one of the weird things is that the assistant DA, who is the prosecutor, is named Dobie.
Dobie.
Yeah. And you even find his picture. He's a wheelchair-bound black guy that looks like
familiar.
Likes hearing speeches.
Yeah.
They're prosecuting the case?
Yeah, the district attorney is. He's standing in for the state, so to speak. So, yeah, it's the state versus Riker is the name of the case.
Okay.
So, it turns out that you were literally within touching distance of the guy that you were.
He wouldn't give me his phone number.
No, because apparently you've known him for years. And so, no problem. You review your deposition, which will give you the ability to make a memory roll during the trial when you're being cross-examined and shit like that. And hopefully with memory and fast talk, you can pull this off. It seems pretty straightforward to you. Essentially what the guy saw is, to give you the really quick encapsulated version, there was a meeting thing going on between various bad guys, and they lured Elsa Banks out there on some pretense, and then the guy used one of those like click, and then the car exploded, and he went, and then closed his window and drove off being all evil and shit. So, yeah.
It's just like sitting there eating popcorn.
Pretty much, yeah. You were looking through binoculars and shit because you were wanting to make sure she got in and out okay. And apparently, the body you're inhabiting, that guy, he fucked that up. So